Hey, welcome to Greg Morton Outdoors. Today I just want to do a quick little update before I take off on the Colorado Trail. So like I had announced in previous videos that I'm going to be hiking Colorado Trail this year. I've actually knocked out segments 1 through 5 already, and I'm going to go back on within the next couple of days to go from 6 all the way down to 11. I'll have to get off the trail at that time. We have a Greta Van Fleet concert at the end of the month, so I'm going to go to that. And then I'll get back on the trail and knock out the rest of it. So for folks that are familiar with my Appalachian Trail through hike and the gear that I used, I'm just going to discuss what I'm doing differently this time. Well, first of all, I've got a new quilt. This is a 40-degree quilt by UGQ. The one I used for the Appalachian Trail was a 30-degree quilt by UGQ. I'm a big fan of that company. I think their quilts are some of the best, if not the best, out there on the market right now. And there'll be a link below if you'd like to go check them out. But I'm taking a 40-degree one this time. I've used it so far for about 100 miles or so, and it's performed great. The next piece of gear is my Melanzana merino wool base layer. And if you want, you can check out the video for that. I have probably about 100 miles on this so far as well. This, to me, is an invaluable piece of gear for me right now. And I will, until I wear it out, I will not be in the backcountry without this. Absolutely love it. Great for those, little slightly chilly mornings. Great to sleep in because it's got the hood. You can cinch down. You don't have to worry about it coming off at night. But yeah, just an excellent piece of gear. And keeping in that same vein, this is my Jolly Gear Triple Crown button down. Another piece of clothing I'm really happy that I picked up this year. I wore this, let me think. Yeah, segments 3 through 5, plus when I was in Lost Creek Wilderness. In the exposed areas of the CT, this was well worth the money spent. Lightweight, dries extremely quick, really good at blocking those rays from torching your skin. And the cool thing is that when you have the sleeves open like this, there's a thumb hole. So it turns more or less into like a sun glove on your hand. You can still use your trekking poles with it, but you don't have to worry about getting your hands all barbecued by the sun. Now, one piece of gear that I kind of had issues with on the Appalachian Trail, and that was, my rain gear, my pants, my jacket. I originally started off with Frog Togs. Was not happy with those. The jacket kind of shit the bed after wearing it 3 times. And I eventually had Mrs. Outdoors send a Columbia rain jacket out to me that somebody had given to me. I wasn't happy with that either. No pit zips. I ended up cutting the liner out because that thing was doing nothing but acting like a sponge. I could never get the jacket dry. So I ended up getting, this is made by Marmot. And I got it from REI. It was on sale. I didn't spend a lot of money on it, but it kind of fit the bill for what I wanted. It's got decent pit zips. The hood actually rolls away into the collar so you can hide it. No line or anything. It's basically just a shell with a couple of pockets, and it stores in one of the pockets, but kind of still smells like my last trip. But yeah, nothing special, but You know, it's lightweight and it'll get the job done. I am taking some rain pants out with me as well. These are just some cheap ones I've had for years. They're pretty light. Mostly because of bugs. You know, I'll try and not use any bug juice. But, you know, if I need, protection from the mosquitoes and whatnot out there, you know, I can always use these while I'm sitting in camp for the night. Now over to the gear side of things. One of the new items I will be taking. Now, I have had this for a while. Just didn't really use it as extensively as like a Katadyn B-Free filter. And this is the Platypus water filter. Hopefully that zoomed in correctly. I will be using this on the CT. I just like the fact that you got the cap on both ends. You know, your multiple ways on how to flush this out. And the adaptability, you can use it with all different things, whether if it's there it is. You know, one of the CNOC bags, or you can use it with a water bottle, or you can use it with the Platypus bag itself. So very versatile, a lot of options on how to use this. And from what I've seen so far, it filters pretty quickly. Swapping out my Paria down pillow for one made by Climate. This is their Luxe pillow. You know, getting a good night's sleep is imperative when it comes to backpacking. And you'd be surprised how well a good pillow can make the difference between a good night and a bad night. I've had this for quite some time. I've always kind of shied away from it if I was backpacking. But, you know, this time I was like, screw it. I'm taking it. It's a comfortable pillow, and it's going to get the job done. You know, if you're like me, if you're shooting a lot of movies, a lot of footage while you're in the backcountry, you're going to need a lot of battery power at the end of the day to make sure everything stays charged up. So I'm going with the Nitecore 20,000 milliamp battery. It's got two regular USB ports, one USB-C that's both in and out, and it's got a charge port for USB-C. The other thing is it's got a button on here, so if you don't need like a really fast charge rate to kind of extend your battery life, so for something like your headlamp or maybe like your Garmin or something like that, you can hit this button here and it'll slow down the charge rate, extend the life of your battery while you're charging up your equipment. So that's definitely coming with me. During the Appalachian Trail through hike, I slept on a Paria Outdoor Products Recharge XL sleeping mat. It's pretty long. It's like 76 inches long, 23 inches wide. My favorite sleeping pad by far. Towards the end, when I got up towards Maine, it developed a small leak, and by the time I got done with my through hike, I'd have to reinflate it several times throughout the night. I contacted Paria not that long ago. They will replace it free of charge because they've got their lifetime warranty. Really fantastic. Unfortunately, they're out of stock right now, and they'll send it to me as soon as they get it in stock. So thumbs up to the customer service, thumbs up to their warranty. So what I'm taking instead is I've got a Big Agnes Air Core. This is actually 25 inches wide, but only 72 inches long. I'm 6'1", so my feet will actually hang off the end of this. Yeah, no big deal. I do use this. I mean, it's a very comfortable pad, and I do use this in conjunction with a Nemo Jazz for a car camping setup. And because the way the Jazz is made, it's okay if this is a little bit shorter and if my feet are off the end. But yeah, this is going to be my sleeping pad on this trip. Like I said, it's comfortable. It's got great insulation, and it'll get the job done. Now, I posted a video not that long ago, and I'll talk about it again. A couple things I got from Six Moon Designs. This is their carbon umbrella. Extremely light. It's like 6 ounces or something like that. It's stupidly light. But the great thing about this is when, not only for rain, which I know I'm going to run into rain and hail. That's why I've got the rain jacket plus this. Because when you're at camp, it's hard to walk around with this and set your tent up and stuff like that. But it's going to be really great for all the exposed areas of the Colorado Trail. And there are a lot, especially, when you get above 12,500 feet, the oxygen gets so thin. That's where the tree line stops. So, you're just walking out there amongst the scree and the rocks and the marmots and whatever else, maybe some mountain goats. And there isn't any sort of protection from the sun whatsoever. And that's where using this in conjunction with the sun hoodie, we're going to beat the heat and make it more tolerable. And, nobody likes melanoma. So, thumbs down to skin cancer. I'm going to do my part to try and beat it. So on my AT through hike, I had an attachment for my Osmo Pocket, which is what I filmed the entire thing with, that I could attach it to my trekking pole. And some of you got to view the trekking pole cam with either that or my phone. I kind of missed that, and I wanted to go back to it. The Osmo Pocket carrying case has a small tripod that comes with it. I'm now using a Sony ZV-1, and no tripod available for that, like the Osmo Pocket. So I ended up buying, this is one of the UltraPod 3s. Very lightweight, folds up nice and compact. And luckily with the strap, you can use it to secure it to things like tree branches and trekking poles. So you can convert your trekking pole into a selfie stick with it, or you guys are going to see some more trekking pole cam videos on the CT through hike. So the last piece of equipment that I'm taking differently from the Appalachian Trail through hike, and probably one of the most consequential, it's my pack. So this is, and you can check out the video for my initial impressions, but this is the Six Moon Designs Swift V. They also have another one, which is a Swift X. That one is made with a VX1 fabric. This is Robic nylon. This is actually a bit lighter than the other fabric. So, and it's also about $100 cheaper. So I shaved off a couple of ounces, saved $100. It might not be as durable. I don't know. I do believe that ULA uses Robic nylon with some of their stuff. But we'll give it a shot. And what really intrigued me about it was the fact that I could get this vest harness instead of having regular straps. And that, like I said, really intrigued me about it. I've seen a video on this sort of chest strap system, and I like the idea of transferring the weight of the pack and distributing it to not just the hips and the shoulders, but this also now incorporates your chest with it as well. Plus, you can really cinch it down to keep it from bouncing around if you need to. The drawback is, just like other packs I have, your back is up against this. You don't get any airflow back there. That was no big deal with my Chicken Tramper pack. Didn't bother me at all, so I don't think this is going to bother me either. I'll put a link to this pack below. Even though this is, when I bought it, they advertised this as a 40-liter pack. They now say it's a 50-liter pack. And the reason why is, so the body of this is 41 liters. However, they call this the collar, and that's an additional 10 liters. So they're saying it's a 50-liter pack. I look at that as just some bonus room. The external pockets are 5 liters, so it comes out to a total carrying capacity of 56 liters. I'm still going to refer to as a 40-liter pack. I don't know if I'll ever use, that much additional of my pack. maybe if I had like a really big bear canister, or if I was carrying 10 days worth of food. But I don't think so. So yeah, this is like I said, the biggest piece of gear so far. Have 100 miles on it at least, if not maybe a little bit more. And I was thinking about, after I complete these segments, do a review. By that time, I'll have well over 200 miles on it, and I think that could be enough to adequately, give my thoughts on this. A true unbiased opinion. The only thing I'll say about it right now is I do like the way it rides. There's some things I don't like about it. But, that's all for a future video. So those are the new gear updates for what I'm going to be taking with me on the Colorado Trail. If you have any questions about any of it, please comment below. And as always, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And why don't you consider, subscribing and hitting the notification bell. I will be putting out videos as often as I can during this hike. And just like the AT, man, I loved it when you guys came along with me. I really appreciated it. And your comments were fantastic. And I'm not going to lie, there's some times where, I was dragging ass, feeling like shit. But, I read your comments and it meant the world to me. So, I'd like you guys to come along with me on this journey too. The views, the scenery, the wildlife, it's going to be freaking epic. I'm telling you. I do have one thing regret to say, that I used this Sony ZV-1 to film from segments 3 through 5. And I think it turned out like crap, because I didn't realize that if it's in something called showcase mode. So what showcase mode will do is zoom in on something and bring it into focus when you're doing like something like this, a video like this. I didn't realize that that was on. And when that's on, your image stability is turned off. So, except for when I'm standing there, just talking to the camera, all of my scenery videos and everything like that, it looks like I'm having nervous twitching. It's just shaking all over. I don't know if it's salvageable, any of it's salvageable or not. I don't think so. So I think for segments 3 through 5, you're probably not going to see anything from that. But one thing that pisses me off about Sony is you get the camera and you don't get any sort of book that comes with it. I think they expect you to go to their website, maybe download one or whatever. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and that's how I found out about the showcase mode and the image stabilization not working hand in hand. Hopefully I won't let that happen again. I've got the showcase mode turned on for this video, and I'm going to turn it off as soon as I'm done. Okay, folks, that about does it for me from here. Probably the next video you're going to see, it's going to be from the Colorado Trail. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. All right, we'll talk to you soon. GMO, motherfucker.